This isn't merely an ocean expanse, it represents the global lifeline, channeling 40% of worldwide petroleum resources and countless wealth from Gulf monarchies through the Hormuz Narrows, a vulnerable passage where the smallest incident could destabilize international markets. Now that incident has occurred, burning with vengeful intensity. In early 2025, Yemeni rebel militants, desert fighters backed by Tehran, violated international boundaries. They launched an assault against the USS Harry S. Truman, America's floating military bastion, a metallic stronghold representing national might, housing thousands of naval personnel, numerous combat aircraft, and standing as a billion-dollar symbol of military superiority. It safeguards maritime routes across the Crimson Waters. The militants appeared undeterred. Smoke signals rose from concealed desert platforms as projectiles and unmanned vehicles hurtled toward the naval vessel like airborne weapons targeting America's essence. They publicly celebrated downing an American surveillance drone with locally manufactured weaponry in Yemen's interior province, further escalating tensions amid growing conflict. In Washington, President Trump responded decisively. Addressing the media, his statements resonated powerfully. Retribution time has arrived. These militants and their Iranian supporters will experience America's full military response. Shortly thereafter, Trump declared the USS Carl Vincent's redeployment from Pacific territories toward Middle Eastern waters, creating an unprecedented military concentration with the Truman. Through social media, he proclaimed, "We've been systematically neutralizing these militants daily. Their true hardship hasn't yet commenced, nor has their Tehran benefactors." Throughout government institutions, tension permeates. Strategic bombers, comprising nearly one-third of America's stealth aviation assets, await deployment from Indian Ocean outposts, positioned within striking distance of Iranian territory. Tensions continued escalating. Iran, supporting these militants, issued counterstatements from their capital. Military commanders threatened, "We'll strike American bases before they mobilize. Regional maritime passages will be blockaded if provocation occurs." This declaration intensified the situation dramatically. The strategic waterway facilitating global petroleum transportation now represents a geopolitical flashpoint. The militants deploy inexpensive, remotely operated vehicles with unwavering determination. Conversely, American forces wield overwhelming technological superiority and retaliatory resolve. Meanwhile, Russian vessels observe from distant waters. European nations dispatch maritime forces to nearby seas, and global attention focuses intensely. This represents no minor skirmish, but a pivotal confrontation between asymmetric rebel tactics and conventional military dominance. A confrontation where advanced weaponry meets crude equivalence, automated systems confront manned aircraft, and determination challenges superiority. As January 6th external support. Every weapon system bears Iranian technological signatures, with shadow operations transforming regional fighters into proxy forces against American interests. From subterranean military complexes beneath Iranian mountain ranges, resources and technological transfers have quietly strengthened militant capabilities, transforming regional waters into proxy conflict zones. These operations now emerge publicly, with Iranian statements further intensifying regional instability. Senior Iranian military leadership delivered public statements with cold determination. American aggression will result in attacks against their regional bases. Strategic waterways will become inaccessible. Petroleum transportation through critical passages will cease completely. On January 8th, during early morning hours, having provoked American military response, militants faced consequences. Desert skies illuminated dramatically as American naval forces executed counter-operations, demonstrating overwhelming firepower that transformed militant positions into defensive nightmares. Aboard American vessels, alert systems activated while indicator lights flashed across operational decks. Personnel communications echoed through announcement systems. Combat aircraft preparation, missile systems readiness. This represented no cautionary demonstration, but decisive military action against militant infrastructure. Operations initiated from orbital platforms. American surveillance satellites monitored Yemeni territories with comprehensive observation capabilities, identifying concealed weapons repositories beneath desert surfaces. Unmanned reconnaissance vehicles circled overhead, advanced imaging systems focusing on launch facilities and personnel movements, betraying panic responses. At designated times, naval vessels executed coordinated strikes. Multiple cruise missiles deployed from launch systems, advancing at high velocities, maintaining low-altitude approaches near mountainous terrain like ethereal threats. From carrier decks, tactical aircraft launched with engines resonating, carrying guided munitions weighing metric tons designed for penetrating earthen barriers. Initial missile impacts struck with precision. Each carried substantial explosive capabilities, penetrating militant installations like armor-piercing implements through minimal resistance. Dark emissions billowed skyward, structural components dispersed across extensive areas, with detonation acoustics resonating across desert expanses. Aircraft then executed secondary strikes, deploying guided munitions through obscuring conditions. Subsequent detonations reverberated atmospherically. Militant ammunition repositories ignited, transforming stockpiled weapon systems into spectacular aerial illuminations against darkened backgrounds. From aircraft communication systems, pilots reported, target completely neutralized, only debris and combustion remnants visible. Presidential communications utilized social media platforms with forceful declarations. Militant capabilities have been eliminated, their offensive potential destroyed. Iranian leadership faces similar consequences without immediate compliance. Militant responses persisted despite overwhelming disadvantages. From damaged positions, Digital Communications Weekly claimed, "No meaningful achievements registered. Our resistance continues until complete destruction." While rhetorically defiant, operational realities proved devastating. Weapons systems lay destroyed, command leadership disappeared amid operational strikes, and offensive capabilities significantly degraded. By morning hours of January 8th, smoke plumes continued rising from Yemeni territories, marking former militant equipment storage and command facilities now reduced to rubble. American naval assets maintained silent progress, massive silhouettes gradually merging with dawn illumination, completely undamaged following combat operations. Militant forces sustained significant losses. Numerous weapons systems, unmanned vehicles, and organizational leadership eliminated through precision strikes. Presidential statements proclaimed, militant threats neutralized, international maritime passage secured. Yet, as operational consequences subsided, conflict potential remained active beyond immediate confrontation. These militants demonstrated concerning realities. Low-cost weapon systems costing thousands force superpowers to expend millions in defensive responses. From regional capitals, militant communications persist. Resistance continues, representing wounded determination rather than operational capability. While American forces secured tactical victory, strategic concerns remain eastward toward Iranian influences. The supporting entity behind militant operations maintains careful observation from Tehran while focusing attention toward regional waters. With significant quantities of enriched nuclear materials, their weapons development advances steadily. The strategic waterway channeling global petroleum resources remains their potential leverage against international pressures. Military installations housing American strategic assets remain within theoretical range of advanced unmanned systems. While American analysts dismiss these capabilities, potential strategic risks remain uncertain. What consequences might follow regional waterway closures, triggering expanded conflict across greater oceanic regions? Russian naval assets observe with calculated interest, vessels maintaining silent observation. While direct confrontation seems improbable, certainty remains elusive amid geopolitical complexity. Observing distant horizons from carrier operational decks, naval officers contemplate regional dynamics with analytical consideration. While militant capabilities diminished, Iranian determination persists undiminished. Initial confrontation confrontations merely precede potential escalation. Regional waters remain volatile, not merely from conflict aftermath rising from desert landscapes, but from expanding geopolitical tensions permeating international relations.